Have you ever watched the Bad News Bears? Whatever version you watch, I like the old one the best. If you ever get a chance to watch that, it's funny to see how things have changed. But the Bad News Bears weren't the best team. They didn't have the best coach. They didn't have the best example of a coach. They really didn't have a leader. And they had a lot of things they had to overcome to become champions against all odds. Sometimes, if you think about it, that's who we are when we start in the business of entrepreneurship. Any kind of sales that you're doing, you start out as a bad news bear. You start out as somebody that's really rough around the edges. The Bible says to sharpen each other. But when you're in the financial world or you're in the entrepreneur world of real estate, whatever it is you're selling, you got to understand you started as a bad news bear, but you got better. You surrounded yourself with good people, maybe not to begin with, but when you start moving and you start shaking and you start getting recognized, you start to realize you have changed who you are. You have changed what you're doing. You haven't changed the name of the team. You haven't changed the jersey, but you have changed who you are because of who you're around and who's helping you. The biggest problem I have in the industry of insurance is that training is horrific. And it's terrible. And it's all about go out and sell. It's not about what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. It's all this, do it for me stuff instead of do it with me. Surround yourself with winners. When I first got into business, some of you may or may not know my story. I started in the debit business. They put me under a guy named J.R. Swallows, a really nice guy. And J.R. never won a trip in 30-some years with that company. And so I went into the boss and I said, listen, I like JR. He's a nice guy. He's teaching me a lot of things, but I don't want to work with him. I want to work with whoever has made the trip. And they said, well, first and foremost, Liam, they said, you only got 6 months in the year to do the trip. 6 months is gone. So maybe we'll move you next year. I said, no, you're going to move me now. I want to win that trip this year. They said, well, nobody's ever done that. I said, well, there's going to be a first somewhere, doesn't there? Sure enough, 6 months later, I won the trip. First one ever to do it in half a year. First year in the business. I went to work with a guy named Mark Wolf, who was a bricklayer by trade, but was their number one sales manager. And he had won trips when the days that he came in and all the things that he was about, I wanted to be about. He was a winner. He was a leader. He made me a winner. Surround yourself by winners. You can still be a bad news bear. Yes?